Hello dear friends. Most days I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but current events show me the way. Opinion piece. Infiltrators. This would explain the delay. Coalition inside a hunt. The moles delayed the process. Like the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood. Who said this was going to be easy? We need to ask for it to come. I repeat it. We need to ask for it to come. We all have a share of responsibility. Europe restarts with treaty change. Alexa's revelation prompts scientists' expulsion. Let's start. The infiltration game is a two-way street, as it works both ways. The good guys infiltrate the bad guys, and the bad guys infiltrate the good guys. The problem would be in the second case, because this would explain the delay in the process. An infiltrator is a person surreptitiously introduced into an adversary group or enemy territory. A spy is a person who covertly and secretly observes or listens to what is going on in order to communicate it to whoever has an interest in knowing. A covert or secret agent, also known colloquially as a mole, is an infiltrator in one organization who serves another. Moles can be engaged either in illegal activities such as espionage or provocation, or in legal activities in the case of members of the police investigating illegal activities. We have been told many times that the old must fall in order for the new to come in, and we have been told that the only way is for people to be shown. Who said this would be easy? But still you complain because the old is falling away and we are shown the corruption. Humankind is where it's not only because of the wicked, but also because of our vibrational level is low. Complaining is a low-frequency activity. Besides, what you focus on is what you will get more of. The future is only a potential. It is never fully established until it happens. The collective consciousness belief of what will happen controls what will literally happen. If more people believe in the end of the world scenario, then the probability is 100%. Our combined belief in what will happen literally changes the future. The dark side knows this. It is playing out in real life right now. Everywhere you look, things are bad or going downhill. This is exactly what they want you to think, because your belief controls the future. If you only focus on what is wrong with the world, then you could be feeding that. Energy is not created or destroyed. It is only transferred. So, your attention is actually energy, and energy feeds whatever you focus on. So, all that combined energy of our attention and focus is called collective energy, and it is our collective level of consciousness. Delay. According to Ranra, the reason it would be taking so long to implement redemption publicly would be because the white hats of the coalition were infiltrated. This would be explainable considering a temporal war would be taking place, and that the goal would be good or evil, not only for Earth but for all of creation. It just so happens that what is happening on Earth at this time determines where good or evil would dominate all of creation. The outcome of this temporal war will determine whether all of creation will gravitate towards good or evil, towards the divine or towards hell. This would explain why it's taking so long. Time travel is real, and it is being used by both sides to win this war. Therefore, it is also understandable that the champions of evil go back in time to engage some of the white hats to become black hats in our current time. It is for this reason that it takes so long. Suddenly, it is no longer only the task of the white hats to defeat the black hats, but also to detect, catch and defeat the black hats in their own ranks. So, it has become an internal hunt within the coalition. And this may take a long time, as some of these black hats, disguised as whites, like the wolf in Little Red Riding Hood, have previously been established as heroes in the public eye. If you want to accelerate this process, ask for the one infinite creator and the higher positive spiritual forces to intervene on behalf of the good. Ask wholeheartedly, with the greatest fervor and frequency, for if many people do so, our free will allows for such and direct divine intervention, and therefore it would not really be an intervention, but the response to a request. Higher spiritual forces respect free will, but if we ask for help, then it wouldn't be interference. If it goes too slowly or to our linking, we really have no one to blame but ourselves for not asking. It is we who have the power. Reset news. First, for the past 3 years, the quantum financial system has tapped into the archaic SWIFT computer system of the central bank and obtained information from every bank account in the world. Second, all data, including all attempted transfers through the SWIFT system, have been recorded and saved. Third, this means that every time money is transferred, the QFS has recorded the account number where the money came from, who transferred it, when, and the account where it ended up. According to Wolverine, the world economy is in financial collapse, just as we see so many companies going bankrupt. Revlon, the cosmetics giant, is also declaring bankruptcy. 5. The construction industry is also suffering, as dozens of large construction companies have gone bankrupt and the trend continues. 6. Gasoline prices are skyrocketing everywhere and inflation has exceeded 10% in some countries. 7. Sri Lanka is a total disaster as people are starving and hunting politicians, and the fake media is not reporting it. 8. We are heading to the final stage as this needs to give way and allow this blessing to be released at any time. 9. Once this is released, it will cause a domino effect that we will soon have our freedom and know this new world. 10. The real storm is just beginning. It is going to get darker and darker. Within a war, it takes time for battlefields and fronts. You take ground, you lose ground. The process is repeated over and over again until the war is won. 11. Elon Musk makes a move on Twitter. As shareholders know, the market crash is imminent and shareholders were already selling their shares in panic even before Musk came on the scene. 12. Imagine the white hats are masterminds behind Bitcoin, says Storm Raider. The dark side doesn't want this truth to come out because they were dubbed for over a decade to invest in cryptocurrency around the world in order to uncover illicit trades. Bizarre. First, BlackRock would be spearheading the dismantling of the system on behalf of the globalists, according to Patrick McLaughlin. Second, the Davos Forum wants to track us by putting RFID tags on all clothing, according to Jeremiah Johnson. Third, top artificial intelligence scientist ousted after Alexa device reveals the date for World War III, or Third World War, 23rd November 2023, according to such a file. Economy. First, global markets plunge on fears that central banks will be forced to tighten monetary policy because of high inflation. Second, Wall Street, in quotes, it's not the economy, stupid, it's inflation. Third, Wall Street remains fearful on the Fed's battle against inflation. Fourth, Wall Street raises the possibility of 100 basis point Fed hike. 5. Technology companies are suffering historic losses on Wall Street. 6. The Toronto Stock Exchange suffers its worst day of 2022 and loses 2.6%. 7. The yen hits a near 24-year low and drags down the Japanese stock market. 8. Nikkei falls 3% on inflation fears and yen free fall. 9. Gold falls more than 2% and palladium plunges 7% as the dollar rallies. 10. Some analysts believe that oil could reach $150. 11. The CEO of Morgan Stanley sees a 50% chance of the economy going into recession. 12. Green hydrogen, the great alternative to natural gas, despite doubts. Cryptocurrencies. First, Bitcoin falls below $24,000. Second, Bitcoin plunges almost 15% to December 2020 lows. Third, Ethereum at $1,200 and could still fall by almost 50% more. Fourth, Binance temporarily suspends Bitcoin withdrawals as the value of the cryptocurrency collapses. 5. Cryptocurrency stocks plunge into the wake of the Bitcoin crash. 6. Hundreds of thousands of cryptocurrency traders are liquidating their positions as Ethereum and the rest of the digital asset markets witness another major liquidation event. More than $521 million in cryptocurrency positions have been wiped out in the last 24 hours. 7. Imminent crypto market pullback. One market analyst predicts a significant pullback for Bitcoin and altcoins, which could push the value of all crypto assets below the $1 billion level. USA. Principal agreement reached between Republican and Democratic senators for more gun control. Second, U.S. authorities investigate deaths of 9 babies who consumed contaminated formula. Third, Texas crude oil is up 0.2% to close at $120.93 a barrel, more than $120. Europe. The euro continues to decline and falls below $1.05. Second, inflation shock drives European stocks to 3-month lows. Third, most analysts are surprised by the ECB's latest decisions to raise its deposit facility by 25 basis points in July, currently at minus 0.50%. 50%, but not its other interest rates. 4. Europe restarts with the change of its founding treaties. 5. The European Union restricts the entry of poultry from Canada, the US and the UK because of bird flu. 6. Europe's new energy map threatens to alter the supply of crude oil. 7. Berlin calls for a European supply chain law against child labor. 8. Netherlands livestock farmers against project to lower nitrogen pollution. 9. European Union, Ecuador, Kenya and New Zealand join forces to cooperate on trade. Spain. First, the Spanish stock market falls 2.47% and loses 8,200 points due to the fall of world markets. Second, the Spanish risk premium soars above 130 basis points. Third, if the IBEX 35 loses 8,082 points, we could see significant falls. 4. BBVA is not getting back on its feet. 5. The European Commission continues contacts to clarify Spain's situation with Algeria. Americas. First, the Americas unable to close ranks at the summit. Second, they reach an agreement on migration in a context of differences and tensions. Third, Senator Rubio asks for an Interpol red alert to capture Nicolás Maduro. 4. Trudeau is infected again after attending the Summit of the Americas. 5. Argentina confirms the Summit of Mercosur heads of state on 21st July. 6. Uruguay's peso is now the strongest South American currency. 7. Cuba issues sentences against nearly 400 people for violence in July 2021 protests. 8. Teenage labor rises to 10.8% in Peru. 9. The President of Peru announces the signing of international pacts in the face of the fertilizer crisis. 10. Seismic swarm near the Chile's volcano on the Ecuador-Colombia border. 11. Shot alias Majibum, one of Colombia's most wanted criminals. 12. Chile and Ecuador resume dialogue on copper after a long impasse. 13. Chile's LATAM obtains $1 million financing from banks as it emerges from bankruptcy. 14. Bachelet will step down as United Nations Commissioner for the Human Rights in September. 15. Calls for dialogue and warnings of repression, a prelude to protests in Ecuador. 16. An indefinitive strike begins in Ecuador, called by the indigenous movement and clashes with the police. 17. Bukele says the OAS agreed to turn the Salvadoran Maras into a political party. 18. The European Union is willing to support the Anti-Corruption Commission in Honduras if it is independent. 19. 20 containers of gold, silver and electronics stolen in Colima, Mexico. 20. López Obrador says that a shake-up is needed throughout the world. In quotes. We have to put the people at the center, not the elites, not the interests of those at the top, said the president. 21st. The PRI's collapse sets off alarm bells for the opposition in Mexico. 22nd. Land Mexican cuisine in Spain with Frida and Diego Rivera's recipes. 23rd. Bolsonaro leads a caravan of motorcyclists in the USA after inaugurating a consulate. 24. Cryptocurrency rivals threaten Binance dominance in Brazil. 25. The wife of the British journalist who disappeared in the Amazon reports that the bodies of her husband and the Brazilian indigenist have been found. 26. Haiti says it regressed misunderstandings after meeting with Dominican president. Rumors of war. First, Ukraine loses the center of Severodonetsk. Second, Russia attacks western Ukraine. Third, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán warned that the war is being orchestrated by billionaire George Soros to increase inflation. 4. New robot makes soldiers obsolete. 5. Palestinian president demands more US support after of Biden visit. 6. Brussels to release European Union funds for Palestinian schools and hospitals shortly. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.